Living in Eugene, Oregon. My name is Reverend Trish Mackey, and I have the pleasure of leading us together in a meditation this morning. Something to start our week off with and our day off with. So right here in this moment, I invite you to let yourself be present. Let your mind be here along with your body, and let your spirit be invited along to play, to let us join into the wonderful gift that life gives us. So as we take a deep breath, we go on the journey of discovery. We go on the journey of finding out what it is that is ours to know, ours to see, and ours to enjoy. On this journey of mindfulness, we allow our inner mind, our greater consciousness, to be the guide, and allow it the freedom to see things with new eyes, to look at flowers with all of their beautiful colors, and to see beyond what the first impression is. Look at it. Imagine a flower, your favorite flower, in your mind's eye. As you see it, as you see the shape of the petals, as you see the size of the flower, what else do you see? Are there multiple levels? As you get closer to a leaf, see the multicolors that are on it. Even those that have fallen off the tree and now have given their time over. Look at the multiple colors of life. In this mindfulness, we begin to see miracles. We begin to see that the life that we observe is a gift and a miracle to us. And it is a miracle for us. I invite you to slow yourself down in your breathing. Take a deep breath and then let it go. And as you let it go, release. Release all of the energy and the activity and all of the things that are pressing against our mind. Let them go. Feel the ease in which your mind relaxes. Feel your body as it lets go of tension. And look with new eyes Look in the metaphysical way beyond the vision, beyond the physical. Lower your eyes slightly and allow the new focus to come in. Everything in life is a miracle. Everything is a gift from the universal presence. Right here in this moment is a new beginning, a new expansion. Can you feel it? Can you look at nature, at the same things, and see something different? Can you feel something different? Our journey continues as we choose it to be. Being mindful, recognizing your connection to everything in nature. To every sound that you hear, every color that delights your eye. Be mindful of the space that you inhabit. Feel the universe as it supports you as you choose to make a journey. That there is a delightful rise of energy that walks along with you, that is awakened to accompany you. That is the connection with the universal force. Breathe it in. Feel it. Sense it. Embrace it. As I sit in this moment, I know that I am in my perfect place. And when I am in my perfect place of my choice, I know that the world belongs to me. that I am part of everything I see, everything I touch, every human I interact with. Every cat and dog and bird that I see and fish, I know that I am part of their universe as they are part of mine. I am mindful that there is only one energy, one force that exists everywhere, in, around, and through everything. And as I embrace that idea in a bigger and bigger way, I find that there becomes no separation between myself in form and every other form. For we share everything. I know that there is that power and presence, and when I am mindful of it, I become more and more aware of the miracles in my life. Miracles that should be natural, that should be everyday occurrences, and are if we are willing to accept that truth. Life is the biggest gift that has ever been given. And how we share it and use it, how we live in it, is our gift back to the universal presence. It is home. It is natural home, that inner place within where I am connected to my highest source. I open my arms. I open my heart. And I open the space that says yes. Yes. My home is within and without and all around. Take a deep breath. And as you let it go, allow your shoulders to just drop. And once again, breathing in. Hold for a second and then release. As you open your eyes, you will be grounded and connected, and recognize that you are mindful and that you are aware of your divinity. Open your eyes. Smile gently. And know that you are home. Again and again, you are home. And so it is. Blessings.
I'll have what he's having. Good morning. My name is Radiant, and this is
Kathy Day.
And we are grateful members of your Joy Notes song leading team. If you are willing and able, we invite you to rise and sing a couple songs with us. We've got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. We got you and me, brother.
You and me, brother. In our hands, we got you and me,
sister.
in our hands, we got
You and me, children.
in our hands,
We got the whole world in our hands.
we've got everybody here. In our hands,
We got everybody there. In our hands, we got everybody now. In our hands, we got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. Woo! What a great way to remember that we choose our reality and we create by holding the whole world in our hands. If you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them.
hold them lovingly.
And now, if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. And so it is. If you have any devices, please silence them now. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday morning with us.
Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Kathy Geeson. I am the presider for today, the provider of the presider. And this morning I thought, wow, cold hands and cold feet, but I got a warm heart. And it's always nice to come here and get the warmth of love and energy of people in the room. And welcome to all of you online. We're very grateful that you're joining us today as well. We've had some remarkable weeks here at Center for Spiritual Living. We had the New Thought Conference. Last week we had Melissa Felipe and Z, and we have our beloved Reverend Linda back today, or with us again today, and a concert afterwards, and just lots of things. Life is good. It's good to feel excited about all of those things. In the Science of Mind Creative magazine this morning was about again, about how your thoughts make your world. And it's one of the first things that when I first started coming here, I'd been doing a lot of yoga. And we would repeat, with your thoughts you make the world, think impure thoughts and trouble shall follow you, think pure thoughts. And I came to this place and went, my gosh, this is their belief. This is how they function. And so it's been a wonderful place for me to be for 16 or 17 years. And I'm glad that you are here joined with me today. We have a global vision, and we read one of them each week and as we go through them. This week is, we envision a world where our kinship with all life prospers and connects us through guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. These are always huge and they take a lot of thought. If you're new with us today, anybody here who hasn't been here before, out in the foyer, on a table, there's a blue sheet or green sheet. I'm not sure which color it is, but anyway, just asking for information. And we really encourage you to fill that out so that you can be on a contact list with us, because we get an email once a week called What's Happening at the Center that arrives on Wednesdays in my email box, and it tells me everything, and it's wonderful. So our website, www.csleugene.org. Yes, it's in my, I don't have to type it in anymore. See, I think we're ready to sing We Are One. And then Reverend Trish will come up to give us a affirmative prayer.
Please rise if you're able. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm Reverend Trish, and I have the great honor of opening up our time today with putting ourselves together in one place, in body, mind, and spirit, in this moment, in this time, and knowing that we are always joined, whether we are together in the same room or whether we are just seeing each other at any time. We know that there is that connection between us. So let us begin by remembering that. So as I lead you into a positive affirmation and an affirmative prayer, know that the words, I represent you. It's all of us as one. So right here and right now, I invite you to go into that place within you where there is a deep, deep understanding of that which you are, the true being of who you are, the spiritual divineness of who you are. Right here and right now, know that this is the only place that you actually have coming from you as the divine essence. And you share that with each and everything in your life, seen or unseen, known or unknown. I know that as I speak my word for the Center for Spiritual Living in Eugene, I am so blessed because I am part of it. I have a home. I have a sacred space to come to where I meet other people who are exactly like I am in their desire to know the deepness of themselves, to become more mindful of that which resides within, to understand the connection to the universal divine intelligence that created everything without exception and exists everywhere without exception. And I know as I honor myself by being present in this moment, listening with an open heart to the words that I hear and the music that I hear and the feelings that I sense as I sit as an empty vessel, completely open, willing to find out, to reveal, to explore, to delve into, to remember, to become more mindful and become more aware of all of the wonderful gifts that I have within me that were given to me before I ever took my first sound. I know that I am a divine creation in the mind of God. And right here and right now, I know that I have my home. Whether I am present in the building or whether I am not, my home still exists. And so with gratitude, knowing that the words I've spoken have been given to me by the universe to be shared, I allow these words to take action, to move on, and to become whatever they need to be and whatever they are chosen to be. So with great gratitude, I release these words, and I invite you to join me with this affirmation. And so it is. So it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Trish. The words that she started that affirmative prayer with in the song, I'm remembering who I am, it's why I come. It's why I keep coming, because we do forget. We know it at some level. And I was just thinking, getting ready this morning, how just like every minute of every day, there's some challenge that allows us to use these principles. And it's all up here in how we think and what we can change, how we can change our thinking. And so anyway, thankful for those words and for the song of I'm remembering who I am. We have an affirmation that we do each Sunday in the month, and this is November. So I will read it first, and then I will have you read it through with me if you choose. The hero's journey begins and ends at home. My ultimate destination is a return, here we go again, to the truth of who I am. My ultimate destination is a return to the truth of who I am. Together, please. The hero's journey begins and ends at home. My ultimate destination is a return to the truth of who I am. Thank you. Ona Chambers is holding high watch today. Thank you. And our message today from Reverend Linda is called Roots and Wings. The theme this month is about home. And boy, the little taste that we got of the house band on He's Got the Whole World in His Hands is like, oh yeah. So there are special music today, and they obviously are going to be part of the concert following the service today. So house band, Matt, Mo, and Paul.
It's not too often I get a cha-cha-cha at the end. That's not my own. Okay, so we're entering into the meditation sequence of this service, so we'll sing a short song afterwards. I invite you to close your eyes or have a downward gaze. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
I am opening. My heart is ready. I am right here, right now. I am open. Right here, right now. I realize. I make real to myself and everyone and everything around me the truth that God is always present, that Spirit is always present, that life is always present, and they are one. There is only one life, and that life is God. And right here and right now, I am living my version of it. I open to Spirit's intelligence operating through me, to its wisdom, to its power, and to its peace, which suffuses my soul and fills me with the calm quiet of love. And so right now, I just breathe. I just let myself experience what it is to be Spirit fully and completely.
A heart filled with gratitude and thanks for all that is, for all that shall be, for all that I am, for life itself. I let go. I let God be God in me. And so it is. Bless you, Matt, and thank you. Okay, I was listening to that song, and my dance instructor, Laura Taylor, is going to slap me upside the head because I'm going slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, slow. What the heck is slow, slow, quick, quick, finally at the end? Oh, cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. Duh. It's like the first dance I ever learned in 8th grade was cha-cha, but it was 1, 2, but somehow I was just going naturally to this slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. You really needed to know that, I know. You were all waiting to hear.
No, we're trying to replay it.
Yeah. I tested yesterday and the day before. I do not have COVID. I have a bronchial infection, which seems to be making its rounds here in Eugene, so I put the mask on. Well, you should have heard me yesterday. I was really doing my Lauren Bacall quite well. This is close, but yesterday, you know, I couldn't get out of Lauren Bacall. Today I can. And she was one of my idols as a child, she and Katharine Hepburn. So I liked strong women when I was a kid, so there you go. Well, this month, this year, the theme is living everyday wonder. Living every day in a way that we see the wonder that is in everything all around us, that we see the excitement in things, we see the newness in things, we appreciate what is out there and how it can impact our lives. And this month, the theme is home. And we are looking at the whole idea of what really is home. And we know the old saying, home is where the heart is, you know, and home is where we feel comfortable. Home is where we feel safe. A lot of people, when they finally, Kathy talked about arriving here and going, oh my God, there's people who think like I do. A lot of people arriving at a Science of Mind, a Center for Spiritual Living center, the first time go, I felt like I had come home. It felt like it was a safe place for me to be me. And that's what all of us really are hungry for and seeking. Maya Angelou says, the ache for home lives in all of us. Some of us had a home that we can look back on like that, and for some of us, it will always be an ideal. We'll see it in other families or whatever. But we all have within us an archetype, a metaphor, a idea of what that home feels like. And when we have that sense of, oh, yeah, this is good, that's when we understand what it is. Having a place to call home is really a basic human need. It's who we are, it's what we are. And it's what we spend a whole life, I think, striving towards in many, many ways. I remember some years ago, what I really wanted to be was just be at home in my body. Just be willing to be at home being me. You know, and I think that's part of the work of this teaching, is that we have to do the inner work before we can do anything out there. Nothing out there works until we do the work in here. The outline this week had a beautiful statement that I wanted to read for you. Metaphorically, the home is the place that is wholly known and familiar. That heart-filled place is where we feel safe and fully free to be our unvarnished selves. knowing that we belong and that there is always unconditional love and acceptance. To feel accepted and safe. That's what, in my ministry, that is what I have wanted to create out of this community, is a place where people felt safe to be who they are, felt safe to be, and what it is we are all so different. We all have different beliefs, we all have different ideas, we all have different upbringings, we all have different backgrounds. And so when we are inclusive and open to everyone, and we are a place where everyone feels at home, we have to be tolerant of a lot of stuff. Because there's going to be people who don't, who love eggplant and I don't. I tried like heck to love eggplant. I got a recipe for moussaka and I went out and I made it and my husband loved it and I went, bleh! I go, now what do? I've worked to make this dish that he really likes and I can't stand it. I can't, the texture, I'm a texture phobe. And the texture, and they said, oh, well, you need to salt it. And I tried 5 different ways of making egg. It's not my food, okay? It's good for many of you. I'm not going to hate you for liking eggplant, but I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to them you because you like eggplant. I just won't enjoy it with you. It's like, gosh, I'm glad you find joy in that. And if we could just apply that to some of the other things in the world, how much richer would our lives be and how much more at home would we feel if we could reduce being Protestant or Catholic or Islamic or agnostic or atheist or Republican or Democrat or whatever with eggplant. Oh, they like eggplant and I don't. If we could just pull it into that, that's a metaphor. Oh, there's another eggplant eater. How interesting. So what we're looking at, and the affirmation alluded to it, is the whole idea of home as the hero's journey. The hero's journey starts at home. We get the call. We're called into action. We go out. We have adventures. We learn wondrous new things, and then we come home with the information that we got. The hero's journey is a metaphor. When I first found this teaching, it was also right around the time that Bill Moyers had done the PBS special on Joseph Campbell and the power of myth. And so at the church, they were having classes where we were actually listening to these Joseph Campbell lectures each week and then having discussions about what metaphor, what myth, what mysticism really, really is and how it can work in our life. And the hero's journey is the metaphor of the human life, of the psychological, spiritual, and transformational nature of our life. We're born little babies thinking we're all that is. We're the center of everything. We're connected to everything. And so when we find anything new, we grab it, we smell it, we stick it in our mouth, we taste it, we touch it. We do stuff with it until we finally realize that not everything is us. And then we spend our life building ourselves into a whole perfect person, and then we come to a point where we realize we really are actually all one. That what we knew when we were born is more the truth than this self-actualized self that I think I have become. That the truth of me is I'm a reflection of you and you're a reflection of me. The truth of it all is that the journey starts at home and it returns to home. It represents the outward search to find the truth and the present that lies at the center of our being. We go out in the world to search for the stuff that was here all along, that dwelt and laid within us all along. The native indigenous peoples, this is Indigenous Peoples Month, and the indigenous peoples have this down. They understand this. And the truth of this is we are all trying to be something out here and find the key to it that we already are. As a I had an incredible education. The tiny little town that I lived in the really strange little conservative community that I lived in, had some of the most amazing schooling. I had college professors who said, "Oh my God, where did you go to high school?" Because I had read, like by the time I graduated from high school, I'd read 10 Shakespearean plays. We did this every year starting at 8th grade, because when I was in 8th grade was when West Side Story came out the first time, and we all had to go watch it, and then we read Romeo and Juliet and compared the fact that it's the same story. That's what, at 13, that's what I'm doing, you know. So I discovered T.S. Eliot, which is really kind of remote and weird and everything, but we shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. We shall not cease our exploration, and at the end of all our exploring, we shall arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. The way to learn me is to actually go out in the world and seek all the things that are not me in order for me to find me. Paradox, paradox. Ah, thy name is paradox, you know, but that's the craziness of this adventure called life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the truth of us is God is all there is, spirit is all there is, life is all there is, creation is all there is. There is only one of us here. There is only one of us on this planet. I saw an interview with William Shatner, who's a crazy guy, I know, but I love him. He's Captain Kirk, and he's just who he is. But he talked about going into space. He was one of the ones who went on one of those little 5-minute, and said it was the saddest thing he ever did, because he saw the Earth from above and saw that there are no borders, there are no boundaries, there is no other. There's nothing but this beautiful space, and it's all we've got. We're an island. I was fortunate when I lived in Petaluma, went to the Mystic Theater there, that they had Richie Havens played, and he talked. He says, for those of you who really think you want to go into outer space, he says, I have a secret for you. You're already there. This big island that we live on is in the middle of space. We're already in space. We're already part of the one power, the one presence, the one thing. But what we don't realize is that it dwells within us as it does around us, and each of us has a gift for one another. The theme this week is roots and wings. Roots and wings. Roots, the tree lady in me, the druid, likes the construct of roots. That my roots can sink into the earth, that my roots are truly allowing me to be grounded in what is going on, in who I am, and in how my world is working. But my wings give me freedom to fly, to let go, and to trust what my roots have given me. Our home, if it was ideal and wondrous, gave us good roots. And maybe our home wasn't as perfect as it could have been, but there was somebody in our life who gave us good roots, who saw in us who we could be, who saw in us who we are. And then what we do is grow into, if we have good roots, we have then the ability to step out of who we've been. That beautiful little town I grew up in, I couldn't live there for the life of me. I mean, It's not who I am at all. It's my roots. It's where I come from. And more than half of my graduating class, probably 3/4 of us, moved away. Even if it was only 30 miles, but many of them moved out of state, moved to other places. But there was a core little group of 20 or so people who still lived there, who didn't have good roots, so they got pot-bound, root-bound. They're in this tiny pot and they can't grow any bigger. And it's sad. I come back and I watch them and I see them and I love them dearly, but they're still basically who they were when we graduated from high school. Where so many of the others are now these multifaceted characters, they're still just kind of here. I hope none of them are listening. I love you all, really, I do. But the thing of it is, if we don't have good roots, we don't ever get the courage to use our wings. We don't ever get the courage to stretch out. See, our roots have to stretch out so that our wings can stretch out. If our roots are constricted, our ability to grow is constricted. But we fully and freely want to be our best selves. We want to be who we came here to be. We want to grow. And the thing of it is, it's not a one-time, there's not just one hero's journey. The hero's journey is every day that you get out of bed. Do you answer the call to rise? Do you answer the call to enter the day? Do you engage with who is out there? Do you read what's going on? Do you learn what's happening? Do you open yourself to the good that is going on around you? Or do you go like this and I'm not, either I'm not going to listen to the news or I'm only going to listen to this one station, or, or I create a bubble around myself where nothing new can enter in. I haven't taken the hero's journey. I have to let other things enter in. I have to let that which I'm not familiar, I have to let the eggplant sit over there at least. I may not eat it, but I got to be in its presence. And what I want us to look at as we close up today, the idea is, we were at a board retreat. The board went away after that beautiful in time with Melissa and Z Sunday. We drove up to St. Benedict's and spent Sunday night and Monday night there and played together and learned together and laughed together and cried together and grew together and carried a vision together about what's possible for this community, because we are not the 53rd year of the community that was founded in 1970. We're the 3rd year of a new community that's growing on the foundation of those first 50 years. And some of you have been here through much of that. Some of you only arrived after COVID. And one of the things we said is we'd like to stop using COVID as an excuse for why we are the way we are now. Because there's been, well, this happened, and well, we used to do that before COVID, and I'm guilty of that, And it isn't. I'm not denying that it exists. I absolutely know it exists. I know it happened. I was here speaking to an empty room for a year and a half. But I also know that doesn't have to shape us unless we let it. And so am I willing to be who I can be with minor modifications and create something new? Are we willing to be who we can be and create something new? I'm going to challenge all of my practitioners and myself to cancel out the word you in everything that we ever think, say, and do. Up here, anywhere, there is no you. There is only I or we. There is no only I or we. There is no you. Because that implies an otherness. That implies you need to do this. No, we need to create something new together. We need to be part of this new way of being and thinking. We need to be part of the inclusion that we would like ourselves to feel. If I want to feel included, you know what one of the basic rules of science of mind is what you would like to receive, you need to give. So if I want to feel included, I need to be inclusive. Wow, duh. When you say it like that, it's kind of like, boop. But it's true. Whatever I would like to have more of, I need to give more of. If I would like more love, I need to be more loving. If I would like more compassion, I need to be more compassionate. And down to the fact of the old dirty money that we talked about a few weeks ago, if I would like more money, I need to give more money. I need to let it flow in my life rather than hoard it. I need to share what it is that I am seeking. We believe that everyone is an incarnation of God. Each one of us is an incarnation of the whole, a unique incarnation. Even if you are a twin, you are unique. I have twins that I know, and they're very different people. They have totally different personalities and are completely different. All are rooted in the one life, and our endeavor then is not so much to find God as it is to realize God's presence in us already. We go on the hero's journey, we go out there looking for what it is we're looking for, and in looking for it, we discover it's here. We seek God. Where has God been in all of this? I just forgot to listen. As I was thinking of Wordsworth, this being human is a remembering and a forgetting. I remember. I forgot. I remember. I forgot. And that's how we live our lives. We remember that God is all there is, and there's only one life, and we feel so good. And we realize, yeah, the answer has always been in me. And it's okay. I'm fine. It's good. I forgot. And that's the human part of this spiritual journey that we're on. And the thing we have to learn to do is not beat ourselves up when we get to the forgetting part. We just love ourselves through the forgetting, and we start remembering again. This is the truth of who we are. This is the truth of this teaching. This is the truth of who we are as a nation. There's only one of us. Some of us like eggplants, some of us don't. But the bottom line is, we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not just for some who look like I do, not just for those who believe like I do, not just those who love like I do, all. Capital A, all. That's who we are. That's who we will always be if we remember. Roots, wings. Let's use them. And I would like to invite our practitioner of the day, Reverend Trish, back up. And I have good authority from the sound team that they really would like me to be the only one who plays with the microphone. They adjust the sound so that you can be heard. So please. She's sensitive. She's old. She would rather not be touched by more than one person a day. So, you know. So. You be the one speaking that day.
Oh, rules all the time. Isn't it wonderful how life shows up? You never know. You never know.
Excuse me, Reverend Trish, I forgot something exceedingly important.
Okay.
My water.
See? The one thing you can say is that we are human, even though we know we're spiritual beings having this wonderful human experience. And it is a wonderful experience. I was thinking about it earlier and was thinking about November being what we call the Thanksgiving month. And actually, why is there only 1 month? I mean, I have lots of things to be thankful for every month, every day, if I just step aside and allow the universe to show up for me. So I'm going to invite you to take your gift in your hand as we say thank you to the universe that always provides for us. It always gives us exactly what we're willing to accept or possibly think that we deserve, because the universe never judges. It never judges. It only says yes. So in this remembering, let's know that wherever I am is exactly where I need to be. And my gift of my tithe is my way of saying thank you back to the universe for allowing me to live this life, to live it in any way I choose and always be there for me, to guide me and to guard me and to move me along the path that leads to my highest good. I begin by saying thank you, thank you, thank you, and graciously give blessing to this piece of paper that I put in return. It is all good because it is all God, and I am so blessed, and so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is, and we are so grateful because we have another song from the house band. Give it up.
Blessed. We're blessed. Okay. Would like to thank Jan Wooling for the work she's been doing on working with the altar and getting everything set up for us to celebrate the seasonal changes. We are thankful. And the announcements should be coming up here. There they are. Okay, see, this is behind. So the concert is today. It's at 12:30, so it's in an hour and 5 minutes. And what the mommy got in the kitchen and started playing when the weather gets cold. And so I have a pot of pork and Italian pork and cannelloni bean soup. We have little tiny soup cups, and also some of my homemade honey oat bread. So that you can have, it's not enough for a full lunch, but it's a little snack to tide you over. For those of you who are vegetarian, I apologize. The omnivore in me took over and I couldn't help myself. But the bread is vegetarian, so if you can have a slice of the bread if you like. No eggplant, yeah. And then also, I would really love if you could help by rinsing your cups and putting them in the dishwasher. We don't have a kitchen angel crew right now, and we need your help to clean up after ourselves. There is no fairy who comes around and does that for us. Yes. All right, so that is today. Stay for the concert. We're requesting $20 a person, but if $10 is what you can do or $5 is what we don't care. If you can do 50, do that. But just, we want people here to hear the beautiful music from these amazing people who are part of our community. Men's coffee is every Tuesday at 10:30 at the Alon Brothers Coffee Shop in 5th Street Market. The Tuesday afternoon women's group doing a book club. They're looking and they're kind of settling in on a book they're getting ready to read. That's by Sandra Chavez, and that's from 1 to 3 every Tuesday in our social hall. The dessert cafe, Death and Dessert, is going to be happening on third Saturdays of the month in the social hall. Astrid is setting that up. Astrid, would you please stand so everybody can, if they have questions, they can talk to you. Okay, and then also Astrid is also doing a day of a transgender day of remembrance and resilience on the 20th. It's a national holiday, and we're doing a celebration here, so if anybody would like to participate in that, would like to also see Astrid for if you have any readings or music that you would like to share with that. And Community Care Day, Tuesday the 22nd. Those of you who would like to get in and roll up your sleeves and clean windows and get things all set up for our Thanksgiving dinner, that would be great. Washing windows, cleaning counters and tabletops and things like, just all the fun things. And if there's any outside work, that can be done as well. And then we're having a community Thanksgiving potluck dinner. We don't have a time yet from you folks. Have you set a time for people to start gathering yet? We can have that be next week, but whoever, the people who are setting it up need to come up with a time so people know when to start arriving. Bring your own dish, place setting, and a dish to share. And then on November the 30th, there will be another gathering of visioning for the new midweek gathering that will be starting in January. So if you're interested in that, please put it on your calendar to show up here on Wednesday the 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. They're going to do some visioning and also some very creative coloring and other things, so that should be fun. There's always opportunity to serve. Right now, we really we could use greeters. We had some people come in that didn't get greeted, new people, because we didn't have anybody there. And it would be nice to have, if you can come early one Sunday a month and just say hi to people and welcome as they come in. We can also use kitchen angels, so we can do more kitchen social hall stuff, and we could use some people on the production team. So there's lots of opportunities to serve and to be together. So I think that's everything. I'm going to slip away while the practitioner of the day. Oh, and that's right. Last week we had the artists were here, and they sold a couple of the paintings that were here. So anyway, they're want to honor Meredith and Kimmer for the work they did and the paintings they shared with us, and Ellen for always setting these up. And I'm going to go in the kitchen and stir beans and set things up. So Reverend Trish is going to come and talk about the practitioners.
Please stay for the music. Holly Lauren's coming, who is a delight.
That's good. Well, we've told everybody that. Yeah, it's Timothy Patrick and Marty Csle and Haley Loren, and our guys are all going to be here. And no, Linda's not here.
Well, we know that every Sunday we talk to you about practitioners, and I was thinking about how do I say something different about them when they're just so unique.
Thank you.
You know, everybody seems to connect with someone different, but I think more than anything, after all of our training, the one thing that we're very clear about is that we're clear about who you are on the inside, which is your true nature. So we remind you when you get off the pathway, and sometimes it's really easy to do that, especially, you know, when you're in the swamp with the alligators. It's hard to remember, you know, you should be grateful. So I just want to say to you that because we're here every Sunday, if you have not taken the time just to stop by and talk with one of them, you're doing yourself a disservice. And since this is our month of celebration, of Thanksgiving, of gratitude, then why don't you do it today? I'm going to have the practitioners stand and introduce themselves, and we're going to start over here with Reverend and myself, and we'll each take someplace out here on the side of each of the windows. I will be up here in front. If you want to just take a moment and let us know what it is you want. Nothing else. That's all. This is called a 1-minute miracle. Miracles are natural. Remember that. Start accepting that. So we look forward to speaking with you. And now we're going to stand. And we're going to join hands. We're going to sing.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
If you choose, please repeat after me. I have roots. I have wings. And I'm not afraid to use them.
Appreciate you.